Well, this has been fun, hasn't it? So with the recent 4.0 patch, they've pretty much broken a lot of the offline functionality in the process of going free to play. The reason they is that a lot of the stuff is now very much like a free to play game in terms of transactions in game and being able to sync up the purchases and stuff like that. Now, it should be pointed out that in terms of the DLC on here, I can actually bring that up properly. Let's not do that. So you notice on the characters select on the DLC, it's noticed that all of it's installed. But the thing is that it was acquired it says Monday on here. That was when I first connected up properly to after the 4.0. So you'll notice they got the characters in 2013, and then the expansion characters in 2014, and then the skin I bought recently, and then after that, when I can be connected, I got a lot of the other characters as well, including Deadlift and all of that. The only characters I don't have is the characters they released in the final expansion before the free-to-play update. That should be noted. So they recently announced in a stream that, in the last hour or so, that players who are using the dual load function can load it in the beta and it will go back to the previous version and you can play it offline. But they've also stuck with their claim that you can play it offline once the initial verification has been done. So we're going to test that out. All standard stuff. So they've just explained that once you've initially verified and got the profile verified, you can go offline and play it offline that way. And I don't believe that to be the case at all, and we're going to be proving that today. Well, that's not a good start. Okay, there we go.
Excellent! You have leveled up your profile.
Shut up. So yeah, we just sync back up. It's loaded the profile data, so in theory, when I do, I haven't even disconnected it yet, there we go. There. Officially offline. So in theory, I can just... Oh, wow, okay. It's not entirely obvious that that's the case. So as it turns out... and you can in fact do it. But the thing is, you have to be properly offline. It seems as if you have to be completely offline before that will allow you to do it. And it's not immediately apparent that that's the case. I've reconnected back online, and we'll see how that goes. Notice there was a couple of frame stutters here and there. You might not even notice it, but frame rates just dropped just a tiny bit here and there. That might be the game trying to reconnect to the servers. But as of right now, it seems to be doing alright. So the bots are still down. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Now I'm fairly convinced that I was trying to reconnect to the servers during that match. Don't know if it has or not. No, disconnected, no connection. I think at this point it's just gonna give up on connecting. But it looks at it. I thought it was reconnecting during that match, but obviously that isn't the case. That was weird. We're clearly not gonna get the that pop-up again. But I must say that box should be there, regardless of whether or not there's a connection available. Oh, no, it's trying to reconnect. Might not be able to, my connection's not the best right now. And that's the problem. This feature should be in place at some feature because of circumstances like this where with a poor internet connection. Now, they have said they're going to release a version of 4.0 which is offline, but it will not be updated in the future. And I do have an issue with that. It's because I don't think it's, as it turns out, I don't think it's necessary, to be honest. Because at the end of the day, You already have something keeping a track on a server, on a local side, right here. You're already sending out sort of the data available. It doesn't need to be synced up with the thing. So if it's offline, it should be based on the files that are locally stored on the computer, and then you can play the characters like that. It shouldn't need a sync up at that point. If you want to keep it online and sync it up, make sure that the files are legitimately owned, that's cool, that's fair enough. But for offline play, they shouldn't need that verification. It should just be local files. And I know that sort of opens up the doors to piracy, but then it's offline. It's not affecting the online players, and the people who were offline were never going to be playing against other people in the first place, so there really isn't any harm in that. But yeah, that's as it turns out is the situation. It turns out there is an offline functionality. You just need to be completely disconnected from the server beforehand. If you're connected and decide to want to go to an offline game, then you lose your connection, and then you will be dropped from that connection, from that game. It's as simple as that. And I really don't like the idea of that system, frankly. It needs to be sort of resolved, and I think that using the offline files via Steam is probably the best way forward going to sort of solving that situation. Yeah, I'm aware that this may lead to potential piracy, but then again, if it's offline, then it shouldn't be affected. And when they do sync online, they will lose the ability to play as those characters. So, I don't think I feel like that's probably the best way of sort of approaching the situation. But that is that. I've been partially proven wrong. So, yeah, that's progress, I guess.